And we're live for another 5 Minute Friday. I'm Jesse Weeb, your Saskatchewan lead for Startup TNT, and I'm so happy today to have one of our winners with us, Matt Fahlman with Off Street. How you doing today, Matt?
I'm doing well, Jesse. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so excited. We just had our top 20 pitch night last night, so we're getting into our next cohort of companies, but that's perfect because now is a great time to check in with you, who were our winner back in the fall for the fall TNT Summit, Summit 6, as we call it. So before we dive into a little bit more of the conversation, why don't you tell us about Offstreet and what it is that you do?
Yeah. So my name is Matt Fahlman, co-founder and CEO with Offstreet, and we are a software startup based out of Regina, Saskatchewan. We build parking permit management software. We focus on parking validations and paid parking exemptions. So basically, parkers that are in a paid parking lot, but they don't personally have to pay. Either a business is paying for them or they have some sort of special permission. And we build software that makes it super easy for them to register and integrates with the existing equipment on site so that they don't get a ticket, essentially.
Very cool. So it's like replacing that old school system I always heard about or seen movies where they're like, do you validate?
Yeah, like if you ever checked into a hotel and they get you to fill out that paper form with your vehicle information, with us, you check into the hotel, the front desk staff asks you for your license plate number, they enter you into our system, and then you're good to go.
Nice. Well, that's way more effective and efficient. And it seems like you got a really amazing company, obviously, because you ended up winning our TT Summit this last fall. Why don't you tell us a little bit why you applied to the summit in the fall last year?
Yeah, there was like a multitude of reasons. I think one big reason for us is we were just about to do a seed round raise. And so we kind of used TNT as like a springboard into that to help us ensure we put together a proper data room, understood just how this process would go, figure out what type of questions investors would have, what they would like, dislike about the business. And then to help us get a lot more exposure amongst kind of the local angel investors in the prairies and open us up to new people that we were just unfamiliar with.
Yeah, and you ended up getting a pretty sizable round of a sizable investment from TNT, which we were really excited to see. What was sort of some of the other benefits of coming through the process? You mentioned the variety of like the data room and everything else. But since then, what have you felt were some of the benefits of the process and winning the summit?
Well, I think we just came out of the process like a lot more polished from a fundraising perspective, just like we had a better understanding of how this whole process works. Like I'm first time founder, never kind of gone through all this before. So there's the learning curve is fairly steep. And then like since then, we've been able to kind of utilize the capital to invest in the business, which has been great. We've got a couple job postings right now, and we're excited to kind of build out the team here and push forward in 2023.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a job with a great tech company, check out Offstreet's job board and maybe shoot a message off to Matt to let him know you're interested. You had a big, so you won the summit right at the end of the year, but you had a big 2022, it seems. And tell us a little bit more about that and what you got planned for 2023.
Yeah, 2022 was a pretty sweet year for us. So our industry was hit very hard by COVID, and 2020 was a tough one. And 2021, we saw the industry slowly start to bounce back, but there was still a lot of trepidation in the market making new tech investments. But 2022, things kind of returned to normal. And then from our end, we basically grew revenue by more than 150% from December 2022 or January 22 to December 2022. More than doubled the number of accounts we had. We kind of doubled the team size. So I think we kind of made that transition from early stage startup, trying to figure out our place in the market, to like an up and coming company where we actually have brand recognition and different people in the industry know who we are. So 2023, we want to build off that growth. Like for me, the big challenge is like, okay, now that the team is, 10 people rather than 5, that changes my role when it comes to like management and ensuring the right people are in the right places, their roles and responsibilities are defined, they're given the tools that they need to do their job effectively, and we have a pipeline of new people to come in. So yeah, I think we can double the business again in 2023. That's our goal. And I'm really excited for the next, 1, 2, 3, 5 years and see where we can take it.
Well, so are we, right? You're in the portfolio now, and we're very much on board this rocket ship with you, and we're excited to see where it heads. Something I was curious about as you were talking and kind of going through those years, you've been actually involved with both of the Saskatchewan's tech incubators. A lot of your folks work out of the space at Cultivator down in Regina. Tell us a little bit about how they helped, all through that journey, from 2020 and through COVID and everything, and helped you get to here to this moment.
I do remember the first time we interacted with collabs. We were like very new and didn't know a thing. And I remember driving up to Saskatoon for an event and seeing like a little, like some pitches. And I just thought these companies were like so far ahead of where we were. And we were just like these two kids with an idea and a mediocre app. And it really helped us just like connect into the community and understand there's other people doing things, at different stages. But it really, to me, the community is the biggest one. Like there's not a lot of people who do this. So it is important to connect with the ones who are doing it, because when you have problems, which you inevitably will, it's helpful to reach out to the people who have experience there and have gone through similar things and can give you some advice, guidance, feedback, and then keep morale high, because it is difficult and you're going to have a lot of like shitty days. So it is nice to be with other people who are also going through that and kind of push through. So yeah, Collabs and Cultivator have been awesome in terms of like a support and just making sure that we're given the stuff we need to succeed. So it's been really good. Really happy with the Saskatchewan community.
Yeah, so am I. I was super impressed when I didn't really, so I'm similar to you. I didn't really know this ecosystem about 2 years ago. And now, I feel like I'm a part of it. I'm literally here at Collabs right now in one of the phone booths. And they've been a great partner to us here in Saskatchewan. Yeah, so we're just coming up on the end of our little talk here. One piece of advice. I always like to ask people right at the end for one piece of advice for the startup founders. We're in the summit right now. People are going through what's your one piece of advice to those startup founders going through the TNT process?
I'd say like the meta advice is like very simple. It's build a product that users want. I think everything else functions from that. If you've built a real solution that solves someone's problem, that makes it a hell of a lot easier to sell. And just like then your job is to spread word of mouth. So I would say, like at the end of the day, every startup, that's kind of what it comes down to. Build a product that users want. If you do that, the rest should flow the right way.
Love that. Great piece of advice. Matt, if people want to get a hold of you and they want to learn a little bit more about Offstreet, how can they do that?
Yeah, so our website is just joinoffstreet.com, JOIN offstreet.com. Feel free to hit me up on LinkedIn. It's Matt Fahlman. Feel free to send me an email, matt@joinoffstreet.com. We're pretty available in the Sask ecosystem. So if you don't know me, but you're in the Sask ecosystem, you should just ask someone and they can point you in the right direction. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's been great to have you here. It's been great catching up. And we're, as I said earlier, we're super excited for what's next in 2023. And I'm sure we'll be seeing lots of exciting announcements throughout the years to come. Take care, Matt, and take care, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Have a great Friday.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.